Welcome back everyone, Ronan here, and I managed to get some time, so I'm gonna do a quick tips. So this is gonna span over the course of me playing for a map or two, and anything I can think of, I will throw it into a tips guide. So here we go. Okay, yes, before you even start the game, go into the Steam workshop, download a mod that changes the health of the enemies into health bars. Or the health bars into digital, because it gets to be almost a problem when you're fighting a sectopod and you're like, okay, how many health, like, you have to count every single one. I think 25 is the number. There are other mods out there, but be careful. At least get the full experience of the game before like downloading any mods that reduce the difficulty. If you're doing new game, if you are new, you've never played an XCOM game, if you're not even familiar with strategy games, go on Rookie. If you are familiar with XCOM 1, even if you've played on classic Ironman, I would recommend, because you're learning new enemies and new strategies, start on Veteran. That is a good place to start, because you still have to learn what the enemies do. And then I started playing now on Commander after I had a run through and experienced what the enemies could do. And eventually maybe we'll try Legend, but the next one's going to be Commander Ironman for me. Do the tutorial if you're new to the game. There are a few changes. Even if you played XCOM Enemy Within, definitely do the tutorial. There's a few new features. It doesn't really cover everything. That's the problem with the tutorials in XCOM. There's so many other mechanics in the game that it doesn't actually go over them. You have to learn for yourself. I didn't notice any second wave options this time around, but I guess now it's the mods. I'm really early in the game right now, and this is how I started building and my reasoning for it. I built the Guerrilla Tactics School right away, and that is mainly so that you can pick the classes that you want. I could put somebody in here. I'm not doing it because I'm keeping these two for later. New Combat Tactics. You want to purchase Squad Size 1 right away. That's your first one. Having that extra soldier will actually make it a lot easier on you in the early game, more so than having new weapons or armor. It's faster to get this built and researched, like the squad upgrade, than actually getting the alloys for the armor and the research completed. I'm still doing the research. That was my rush research, was the armor. I highly recommend that. You could go for weapons, but I found that on normal at least, you could skip the mag weapons. You can go directly to beam weapons. We're gonna try that in commander mode. I built a workshop. That was my second build. Right away, I used my one engineer, which was Flynn, and then I gave myself two gremlins that were able to start clearing debris and build a power relay. Right here, it's a gremlin building my power relay. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. So, hopefully I didn't lose my train of thought too. Now, my next mission, I ended up getting a second engineer, which I then upgraded my workshop. Now I have essentially 4 engineers instead of just 2, which will help me build around that workshop a lot faster. Now, they won't be able to do much out of here, but at least if I put a power relay here, the power problem will be a non-issue. And then if I put resistance comms, that will allow me to put engineers in for sure. You can also do the Advanced Warfare Center, which will decrease the time that your soldiers are injured for. You could also eventually put your psionic, I think it's psionic, that might be a scientist that does that, but definitely do that. Oh, and a proving ground. So, you put a relay. You wouldn't have made a mistake like I did. I put the Guerrilla Tactics School here. Bit of a mistake. But so, power relay, radio comms, and here you can put either proving grounds or the advanced warfare. Now, all those could be ran by the gremlins. So, it increases your productivity of your engineers. To me, it's going to be a really big help. Now, I'm going to test out, I don't think it's going to work, but sometimes people overlook things. And I wanted to put another workshop here, and then see if a gremlin if they couldn't be self-sufficient duplicating gremlins. So I'm going to do that once that is done, and I'll report back when I find out the confirmation. Because if that works, then you're making gremlins out of thin air, essentially. So we'll see. And then you'll still have productivity here, and you won't have to worry about getting engineers when those missions come in. You could probably just get, and if that's not a thing, that you could put one here, you know, to maximize the spread of the gremlins. Now the overworld, a quick look. What you want to focus on is getting as many contacts as possible. Those are your satellites. You unlock those, you increase your income. So you spend a little bit of money now, and intel, and you increase your income. But the beauty of this is, it's not just for that, is that at the same time, you can uncover where the Avatar project lies. So that you can ignore it for the most part until you build your army, and you build your army. Once it reaches full, I guess, productivity for their end, once it's full, it gives you something like 20 days. It may be less per difficulty, or more if you're on a rookie. You don't automatically lose. What that will allow you, if you have them unlocked, this one is locked right now in India. Kind of far though. So you unlock these, and then once you're ready, you just assault them, and then it will automatically revert them and lose those points, and it buys you more time. So you don't have to rush these. Just rush being able to have enough countries be ready and have one of these unlocked. For here, I have this one unlocked. This one counts. The Advent Black Site, I'm pretty sure counts as one Avatar project. So even though you may not have anything open, you can just go and finish this mission. Don't fail it, because then you're probably screwed. Finish it, and then you can move on and don't have to worry about the Avatar project so much. Just keep unlocking. Let's see, where are we? We're here. I'm gonna make contact with... Make contact. Just go.
Setting course for Mexico.
Oh wait, there's a mission here. So you have to take these missions. Now here it says hidden event. That hidden event is when you get to select to the selection screen before it. You could have used intel to show you what this would be. Now I don't know what it is. Supplies are much needed, and here would give me an engineer. An extra engineer would be huge for me right now. I could deal with rapid response where they would send extra enemies per map. That's not a big deal. It's an easy map. I would be tempted to go here, but early game, the engineers are more important than supplies. So you want to bring one flashbang for the sectoids, even the blade, the lancers. Guys with a sword, if you use a flashbang on them and you make them disoriented, you will actually prevent them from using their swords. So that is a good way against those. It doesn't really reduce their aim, which is something from the Long War. So try to get that mindset away that it reduces their aim. But it will prevent them from using skills. Especially Vipers, they won't be able to, I think, strength or whip you into them and spit their poison. I think it also prevents them from doing that. But with the amount of health the enemies have now, it's pretty rare that you'll actually kill them with a grenade, so it's not such a big deal now. Like the first one where you kill a sectoid with a grenade, one shot, then you lose those fragments. I wouldn't be too worried about it now. We're concealed. I like to use my, what I call scouts, but it's a ranger to move up. As long as you stay behind relative cover, even if it's low cover, you'll be fine. You don't want to move into a red area. I'm gonna move here because I doubt there could be a civilian there though. So it's a risky move.
Looks like hostiles over here.
Okay, so they're there. Now you see the red areas. If they spot me, then the combat starts, right? Now, one thing you can notice, it took me a full playthrough to notice this. This crosshairs here. How do I show this? Okay, so you notice where I'm moving my cursor to where I'm gonna go. You notice that the target, the crosshairs, is moving, is disappearing and going on. That means if I move here, I can shoot them both. If I move here, I can only shoot the Viper. If I move here, I can't shoot any of them. It's telling you your line of sight. This is huge. And the reason why it's huge is something I wanted to be inputted into the game, especially in the Long War when you know the enemy's in Overwatch, or you don't see the enemy. This is huge because now I can move where I want to target the one I want. If I want to be able to hit both, I'd have to move somewhere here. If I move here, it's still high cover, and I get to shoot both on the next turn.
That's affirmative.
So that is a huge, huge advantage, knowing to look for that target. Especially with your snipers, when you're like, I don't know, there's a few things in the way. Oh, no!
Move.
Misclicks still happen.
Go.
Hopefully I don't get spotted. If they move forward, he gets spotted, and then the fight starts, and it's bad because we're in concealment. They get a hit off me. It's like they get surprised, or they surprise me. So if they move forward, I'm screwed. If they stay there, we're good. I got lucky. Alright, well, this kind of helps out. This is how we pull. Now, if I move here, I don't see them. But I don't necessarily need to see them, because I'm going to launch a grenade. Actually, he sees one of them. So the crosshairs kind of failed there. If I blow this up, he's going to find cover somewhere else. If I hit him here, there's a chance he just moves one step, and it's closer for me. I'd like to be able to flank him on the next character. Or hit him with the sword, but without moving too far. Alright, never mind, I killed him. Okay. That's fine. You always want to hit the enemy with your strongest attack. See, now it moved where I can easily flank it. I think it's already flanked right now. So I could just use him. Oh, he's concealed. It didn't see him technically, that's why it's moved there. Only do your hacks when you're already in combat. Don't do them before, because if you fail, even some you'll be successful, it'll actually make you unconcealed, and it's bad. So wait until you've initiated combat and you're not directly in combat. I'm gonna try to go in with my sword. I don't know what's ahead of me, but this way I can use it, and I still have turns to take care of anything else that would have spawned. So I have a full turn of whatever my guys can do. Now I have to reach this, and before these 7 turns. This is the big one. Is you always want to take a direct approach. You don't have enough time to go and plan a flanking move with your guys. You want to go get in, get to the objective, and then get out. Once you get the objective, generally it'll give you more time to deal with things. But 7 turns to get here, I'm comfortable with that. So I'm not gonna push too hard. Now again, because I'm not in combat, I can just move like I did in Xcom Enemy Within, and not have to worry about it. I haven't initiated the combat yet, so they can't attack me this turn. As long as I don't initiate anybody with my ranger after this. Okay, oh, whoa. Alright, I got lucky. I don't know why I must have hit spacebar or something, and it automatically went to hack. Be prepared to just back out. If you don't like the results or your odds, just cancel your hack. I was going to show this, but I got lucky. Often enough, hacking is actually bad for you because it'll boost the enemy, and you don't want to boost the enemy with a hack. Not even know what I get. I think I got intel. So I got an Overwatch. Apparently, we've noticed an enemy. I didn't even see it. Nice. It was a Lancer. I don't like Lancers. Nobody else saw it. He's got the flashbang, which is useful to cancel mind control or prevent anyone from using skills, but I think I got this one. It shouldn't blow up the car, but sometimes it has happened where it blows up the car anyway. Usually you need 2 grenades at least to blow up a car. You always want to go for flanks. There, I couldn't quite get a little bit, like, just a bit farther to get that flank. I like to use, oh no, now because the car's on fire, you don't want to get near it. I'm gonna go up there because it's gonna give me that increased advantage because I'm higher than them, so better defense. Even though it's low cover, you still want to high cover, but my aim, show this. Click on these arrows, it'll show you what the bonuses are. So I got plus 20 for height advantage, which is pretty good. My aim is only 76, but because I have height advantage, and then my weapon range, then I just have to deal with its low cover. If I was on the ground level, I would actually have, I wouldn't have this, so I'd be at 67. 87 is pretty good odds. Items. Alright. Items, you have to at least step on them to pick them up, and then you can move on after that. Because the car's on fire, I'm going to wait a turn. This means there's going to be an enemy ship that's going to drop 3 to 4 enemies on top of you. So I'm going to, since I'm not in combat with anything, I'm just gonna go in the open.
Good copy, moving on target.
Hopefully I don't spawn anything. Okay, we're good. So we want to get a good vantage point where you're gonna see them drop, because they're gonna get a free move, and if you're in Overwatch, that free move can mean a lot of damage sent out. I'm actually gonna go up at the height advantage to hit, because they're gonna be in the open. I still have 5 turns to get to the truck. I'm not too worried. Sometimes you'd have to forget about doing this and then go straight to the truck. But I have time. Depending on what it is, sometimes you can just hack it. Alright, 2 Lancers and 1 officer. So they're gonna get a free move. But I'm ready for them. The nice thing about Overwatch now is that they will hit different enemies. If one dies, they will move to a different one. So you're not wasting your Overwatch on this one. This one's alive, and this one's alive. Okay. So we killed the officer and badly wounded this one. Just remember the sidestepping rule. A lot of these rules are from the first one, and you may want to look at those earlier guides if you're new to XCOM 2. Alright, sometimes
I can handle that.
it's better. I moved here because I can show both. I can shoot him, 100% chance to hit, 4 to 6. I can slice him with my sword because these are the basic weapons. None of them are upgraded yet. So 94% and 3 to 5. Sometimes it's just better to shoot them with your shotgun. Yeah, I have to get the item or it goes away. Now, one thing you can use... See, I haven't flanked though, so let's see the odds here. Advanced laser, nice. And Illyrium cores. The reason why you want these things is the cores are super important at getting experimental gear. So here she has 89%. Let's say you weren't comfortable with 89%. You could use combat protocol. Now, early game it only does 2 damage. That's guaranteed hit. So I could use combat protocol on a human. Robot, it would do 4 damage. And you don't have to risk missing and then risk him stabbing one of your teammates. Because that sword is pretty powerful. And it can put your guys unconscious right away. I'm going to move here because I can still overwatch. Don't forget to reload. The nice thing now, though, is that you can reload and not lose your turn. So you can reload and shoot on the same turn or reload and move. See, there's a pause, it spawned. This is terrible. This is like the worst thing that can happen for you. Because... oh man. I think this happened to me last night too. I moved 1 farther than him and spawned the group. Now, I can stay in the open and shoot, but she's flanked. This is bad, and this is my last character. You don't want this to happen. I didn't do this on purpose. Really bad. 60% chance to hit. And the grenade does 3 to 5, 3 to 4. So I have to move here. If something like this happens to you, try to move in a position, save your group. Prevent them from moving closer than they have to. So I'm gonna move here. I got really lucky. Don't do what I did. This is exactly one of the biggest mistakes people do. Don't move farther. Come on. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I got really lucky. Don't move any farther than you have to. On your first turn, that should be your farthest movement that you make. Okay, he can still shoot from here. I'm probably gonna take the chance. 29, no. I'm gonna move him up to try to force the enemy, and next turn I'll be able to do something. Put me in cover. This should be my farthest move. Now, I've probably spawned everything by now, but 100% chance. I like the shotguns in this game. I can reload if I don't move. Or I can move to higher cover and then reload, but I won't get to do anything. So I can reload now and not waste time with moving. I'm gonna launch a grenade. The grenade also shreds their armor. It's got 2 armor. Now, you may notice bars, but if you followed my first tip, you will get an indication like this where you will see health. He's got 8 of 8 and 2 armor. So the grenade didn't do much damage, but it shredded one piece of their armor. 72% chance, but I still have to go through the armor, which is what could be very bad. So early on, the robots are kind of hard, and that's why you want those cores. Although he's got, what, 4? Nice. Okay. Now, I don't have to move her. I could try to haywire protocol him. But I'm going to use combat protocol. It should do 4 to 5 damage to him. I'm pretty sure it ignores armor. This is where you want to have those specialists early in the game. Because they're really handy. They help you in a lot of situations. Like hacking.
We're not picking up further contacts near your position.
No effect. See, here is what I meant earlier. You could cancel a hack, but here I have a guaranteed hack. So I can't lose this one. Now you're just picking the bonus effect. You know what? The odds of getting this, I'd rather get my current tech reduced by 50% than the Dark Event projects by 2 weeks. To me, grand scheme of things, this is more helpful. But you would probably want to use your specialists to do the hacking. They have a better chance with, especially with their gremlins and their higher level tiers of gear. And you can give them a Skulljack. Skulljack also increases their hacking.
Confirmed.
Biggest point: don't move farther than you, especially on your last turn. You don't want to do that. That is recipe for disaster later on in late game. Quick recap. In my opinion, build a workshop, staff it with gremlins. That's gonna give you more engineers early in the game and gonna help you establish that technology a lot faster. Research, I would push for armor. Try to push for armor as fast as possible. It'll help you survive, especially those few mistakes you might do. Like you get hit once, you're like, ugh. That extra 4 health, big help. And plus you can get the spider armor and the other one that gives you 1 bonus, but it gives you like a rocket launcher on the arm. That is pretty awesome. Then all during the combat, pay attention to that reticle. Learn how to overwatch. Don't overwatch if the enemy sees you, then they probably won't move, and unless you flank them. But still, the overwatch actually has a lower chance to hit. May as well just take the shot. If I forget something, I apologize. I will post it as a comment below. Just have a look after I'm done my editing, or I'll add it in post. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.